JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Tea Time with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today is the 24th of August 2020, so yep, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Monday's afternoon session where we're going to have a quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, the usual stuff. But before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump into the charts, quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos. And of course our JFD Bank website and specifically our JFD research page, which we also update on a daily basis. So yep, feel free to visit us here on jfdbank.com and click on the research tab right there on the top. Now let's jump into the charts. Now today is a relatively quiet day in terms of economic data releases, so not much is happening. However, the equity markets are getting a boost here. So this morning I told you guys that we had Asian markets kind of climbing a little bit to the upside, which may kind of show the direction for where the rest of the indices, like the European indices and maybe the US ones, could go as well. So for now, the European indices seem to be following the direction of the Asian indices, and here, for example, today we're seeing DAX pushing higher, however getting a hold up near this 13,100 zone. Now I talked about this level this morning. Basically what I was saying, that in a way, in order to get a little bit more excited about higher areas, we would like to see a nice good pop above this barrier here, and also ideally daily close above this level here, which is currently the highest point of August. And then yes, if we get that move higher, then if we get that break, then certainly higher levels could be met. This is where we could target the highest point of July near the 13,314 zone, and yep, if that doesn't stop it, then it could continue pushing further north. For now, still all eyes are going to be on this excuse me, on this 13,100 zone. So let's see if we can get a nice daily close above it. Jumping into so the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and last week the index managed to kind of well, remain unchanged, I would say, just kind of climbing back up here on Thursday and Friday, and yep, it remained below this barrier. And let me just quickly mark this one. It remained below the current highest point of August, near the 28,155 zone. So looking at the cash index right now and where it's currently balancing at, we are seeing a nice push higher, and yep, basically we can see that the index is balancing just exactly on this, around this area. So around this key resistance level. So if we get a stronger move above this, then of course, yep, we will start looking at some even higher areas, like for example the low, the 21st of February here, near the 28,893 territory, roughly around here, guys. So that's going to be our next target if we get a strong push above the current highest point of August, near the 28,155 territory. In terms of the downside, well, I mean, as you can see by the two upside lines here drawn, one's drawn from the low of the 2nd of April, and the other one is drawn from the low of the 23rd of March. So in a way, we need to see a breakthrough, well, a break below both of these, and the last one here would be this this one, the slightly flatter one taken from the low of the 2nd of April. So a nice good drop below that could in a way open the door towards slightly lower levels. That's where we could aim for the 100-day EMA and the 200-day EMA. And if this time they they fail to provide decent support and break, then yep, even further declines could be possible. But again, the way we can look at this here is, of course, keep your eyes on on these two upside lines, but probably keep your eyes on as well. Keep your eyes on the 27,071 territory marked by the highs of the 15th of July and also the 22nd of July. So a nice good drop below the below this level could, in a way, like I said, open the door towards these slightly lower areas near the EMAs, near the 100-day EMA and the 200-day EMA. But for now, given that we are seeing the cash index pushing a little bit higher here, it is currently balancing near this current highest point of August. A nice good pop above it, yep, would confirm a new higher high here for August. For August only, but still it would have a lot of room until it could actually reach the all-time high here, which was tested back in February. So again, keep your eyes on that one. Let's see how all this is going to play out. Now, talking about all-time highs, and well, NASDAQ 100, that's the index that doesn't have a problem with that. And last week it was every day there was a new all-time high. So the index last week reached the area around here near the 11,575 zone and drifted back down. Now if we take a look at the cash index, we'll see that the high, for example, the high of Friday's high here on the cash index was actually around 11,678. So basically, it was above this kind of during trading hours high. Looking at the cash index right now and where it's currently trading at, it is sitting at around 11,691 level. So basically, what we're gonna have here, well, guess what? We're gonna have a nice strong opening gap here to the upside. We'll have a move above this area. Now, don't get me wrong, I mean, it could continue pushing further north. It is very steep already, but yeah, for now, as the sky's the limit for this index. We cannot really talk about any downside until we get a better signal, a better potential reversal signal. But again, we're not really getting that. So that's why we'll just probably continue observing this one and yep, aiming for some higher levels. Of course, everybody's mind right now is the psychological 12,000 territory, which in a way is becoming the one to keep an eye on, given the strong kind of rallies that we're seeing here in NASDAQ 100. But of course, let's not over speculate on this too much. Probably let's go step by step. So let's see how all this is going to play out today. And yep, I'll pick up on this index tomorrow just to see what we could squeeze out of this one. Now, silver. Silver seems to be coiling up here on the shorter time frame. It is still, of course, overall trading above this upside support line taken from the low of the 18th of March. However, it has distanced itself quite a lot from this line. It is at the same time, it is still trading below this short-term downside resistance line here, taken from the high of the 7th of August. And yep, for now, guys, we're gonna keep an eye on this downside line. If that gets broken and we see the price climbing above the 27.73 territory, I talked a lot about this level previously, and if we get a nice push above that, then yes, we could start looking at a possible move towards the highest point, the current highest point of August, near the 29.86 level. But again, first of all, we need that break of this downside line and a nice daily close above the 27.73 territory. Jumping into Bitcoin Cash now here, I talked about this one last week, and I was telling you guys to keep a close eye on this short-term tentative upside support line taken from the low of the 21st of July, which got broken, as you can see. Now the the commodity, the crypto is trading below its 21-day EMA. Of course, not to mention this upside support line. But the fact that it's trading now below the 21-day EMA, I mean, there is a possibility for this one to decline, maybe go back towards the 270 zone here, and then maybe slightly below that, it could test this the 200-day EMA together with the 100-day EMA. But again, for now, all this will depend, of course, how we will be trading in relation to this 21-day EMA. First of all, let's get rid of this upside line. We no longer need that. And in terms of support and resistance levels, what you could do here is keep your eyes on the high of the 21st of August here near the 305 zone, and a nice good pop above it may open the door towards higher levels. But again, for now, we're keeping an eye on this 21-day EMA. We'll see how if it continues to provide some sort of resistance, then well, I mean, we could see a drift lower here towards this 270 zone. But if that fails to provide support and breaks, and then we see a further decline below the 200-day EMA, now this is where we could start looking at much lower levels, maybe going back even towards areas last seen here around mid-July time. So again, but for now, we are here, we're stuck here near this 21-day EMA, so probably let's play the waiting game a little bit here and wait for a clear breakthrough one of these levels that I just mentioned. Now jumping into a few pairs, AUDCHF, just wanted to have a quick update. So the pair continues to coil up a little bit here, while trading between these two lines, a short-term tentative upside support line taken from the low of the 12th of June, and the short-term tentative resistance line taken from the high of the 5th of June. Now, in order to aim for the next directional move, the next short-term directional move, we need to see a nice good breakthrough one of these lines. Slightly on the positive side, the fact that the rate is still balancing above this 200-day EMA, and this 200-day EMA continues to act as a very good support area, well, I mean, of course, like I said, it increases the chances of a possible move higher. However, as I mentioned, we cannot really talk about any next kind of directional move until we get a clear breakthrough one of these lines. USD/CHF, so here the pair is at an interesting spot. So I looked at this pair last week and the week before that. Now, as you can see, the pair managed to last week it managed to find support near this 0.9100 level, from which, as you can see, it reversed sharply to the upside, and then drifted all the way towards this 21-day EMA shown as the yellow line, and this is where the hold-up occurred. Now, from there, the pair declined a little bit. However, this level here, the 0.9073 zone, I spoke about this level previously, and let me just show you what that level was here in the past. That's basically the lowest point of May of 2015. So this 0.9073 territory, the lowest point of May 2015, currently acts as a very nice area of support. So let's see if this little pattern here, this little formation that we're seeing, will it end up being a possible bullish flag here. Of course, looks attractive, looks exciting, but preferably we'll wait for a push above this 21-day EMA first, because, like I said, it recently is acting as a good area of resistance, and then we'll target slightly higher levels. But even then, be very careful near this short-term downside resistance line taken from the high of the 28th of May. Although it's a bit of a tentative one, nevertheless, a little hold-up might occur here. GBPCAD. Now here, I've talked about this pair last week, and initially, basically, the idea was that the pair was forming a possible a falling wedge, which tends to kind of be a bullish indication, and it did break higher initially. It kind of moved above this 1.7396 level, and then it found resistance near the 1.7457, from where it kind of retraced back down. It did have an attempt to overshoot it, or should I say, try to get close to that area, but failed to do so on Friday, and declined heavily. However, on the positive note is that this short-term upside support line taken from the low the 1st of July, which I've also mentioned in my previous videos, continues to act as a good area of support. So first of all, let's get rid of these lines. We no longer need them. And now we're going to be, like I said, we're going to be focusing on some, mainly of course on this upside support line, which continues to act as a good area of support. And then, yep, we will aim, we'll keep an eye on some of these key support and resistance levels. Now, in order to get a little bit more excited about higher levels, to be honest, we would prefer to wait for a push above the 1.7457 zone and then aim for higher levels, because to be honest, all this area right here could be a bit of a tricky one, so that's why be very careful. In terms of the downside, we would need to see a nice good strong move below this upside line, and ideally the daily candle remaining below this upside line, and then yes, lower levels could be met. But until then, it's stuck here, so the only thing we can do is probably play the waiting game. Now, euro dollar. This morning I talked about this one, and basically I was saying that there is a possibility of seeing maybe a bit of a decline here, initially towards the 1.1725 zone, or maybe even all the way here towards this upside support line taken from the low of the 14th of May. But what I was also saying that if it fails to move lower here towards these two key support levels, then the pair could start moving higher straight away, of course. However, in this case, probably will wait for a push above the 1.1965 territory here, which is marked by the high of last week, and only then kind of get a little bit more comfortable with further advances. So that's why for now, guys, be very careful here. Of course, this little kind of move higher that we're seeing today, yes, it kind of gives a bit of hope here for the buyers, but don't rush into anything yet. Like I said, it may drift back down. We still have a full US session to go through, so and that's why be very careful. Keep your eyes on this 1.1815 level that I've mentioned to you previously. That's, by the way, the highest point of September 2018. So if by any chance the rate gets back below it, then well, this could increase the chances of a potential kind of correction here towards this, either the 1.1725 level or this, like I said, this short-term upside support line taken from the low, or actually medium-term upside support line taken from the low of the 14th of May. So guys, I really hope you found it useful, and thank you very much for watching and listening. If you want to catch my video tomorrow, this is something that forgot to mention, that tomorrow there won't be any Traders Espresso nor Tea Time. I will resume on Wednesday. So yep, guys, no videos tomorrow. So let's catch up on Wednesday. As always, my Traders Espresso is 6 o'clock GMT time. But like I said, no videos tomorrow. Just I'll pick on everything on Wednesday. Have a wonderful remaining trading day today, and yep, a fantastic trading day tomorrow as well. See you later, guys.